If for some reason this was my last day on earth and I had to tell the most important things right now, as somebody who has worked with sex as a professional my whole life, worked with so many people to take them to the greater, more expansive potential of sex, what would be the three most important things that I'd like to leave you with? The first one, always, that the most important thing in sex is love. The most important thing that you can get out of sex is the experience of love. The most important thing that you can feel in sex is love. The most enriching outcome of sex, the greatest return from sex, is going to be love. If you create love in sex and you bring it into your relationship, it's more important than all the other things that everybody always tells you about sex, what you should achieve, what you should be able to do. Nothing will give you as much. The most powerful thing in life is love, and sex is an exceptionally powerful and beautiful vehicle to create love, to make each other feel loved, to bring love into our life. So don't forget that and focus on that. Focus on creating love in sex. Maybe in lots of different expressions that love will be expressed in sex. Maybe in a particular expression that is important to you. Start exploring all the different ways in which you can practice sex as a loving experience. You're always going to get the most out of sex, and the sex is always going to be the most beautiful, the most powerful, the most enriching, the most pleasurable when you bring love into it. If you have to give up something else, anything else in sex, to make it a loving experience, don't worry about it. It's okay, you can give it up because you are getting the most important thing, the most powerful, the most enriching thing. Love is the destiny for sex. This is where sex is going to evolve. It is the only path where sex could possibly evolve into the experience of love. Accelerate it. The second thing that I would tell you is you are focusing way too much on orgasms. It is a craze, a societal and cultural obsession. They really don't matter as much as you think. And I've always been on this message, but I really don't do it to be a contrarian, to say something different. It is because I have really seen through 20 years of working with people and guiding them to something greater that this is such a limiting block. Orgasms are very nice. It's a very nice experience. By all means, explore orgasms. I also always teach them in my work, always, all the different kinds. But once you really let go of the belief that sex is about orgasms, that it is the most important thing to achieve in sex, you will get the greatest sex of your life. You will expand into a whole new world of sex, a very rich and varied world. And all the greatest riches of sex, they really are not in the orgasm. Everything you want from sex really isn't in the orgasm. Everything you want out of sex is available to you. It is within your reach. And the incessant focus on the orgasm, it becomes overemphasized. And then soon enough, it becomes an obsession. An obsession becomes stress. And stress becomes suffering, and your sex life becomes suffering because of this obsession that somebody told you that the orgasm is what will make you happy. And as soon as sex becomes anxiety, stress, nervousness, pressure, any of that, it loses any point. So if you get the orgasm at the cost of being anxious and stressed and under pressure and doing work, then that orgasm, no matter how nice it felt, doesn't have any value. And even if you get it, you have lost everything else that was really enriching for you about sex. And you might be anxious about giving your partner an orgasm because you think that is what they want from sex. They might even be saying this, and you're anxious that you're not going to satisfy them. But the orgasm is probably not really what your partner wants. Even if they say that, maybe your partner is burdened by the constant bombardment of that message in our culture, that they feel unachieved, they feel broken, they feel like they're not living the life to the full if they don't have orgasms, but that is not really what they want with you. Or maybe they don't even think that, and they just feel that they have to produce an orgasm for you to be happy, and you feel that you need to give them an orgasm for them to be happy. And it becomes a waste of an amazing, amazing time together that you could have lived in happiness, in bliss, in love. And the third thing that I would say is the most important thing is that you are happy. You're so worried about performance, how you need to achieve this or that to say that you're living your sex life to the full. You've spent your life trying to perform well to be evaluated by that person with a clipboard, but in the end, there was never anybody there. You are there on your own with your partner. Nobody is looking at you. Nobody is evaluating your sex life. Nobody cares. Only you two care. The only thing that matters is that you are happy. Don't believe anybody who's telling you how you should perform to be a real man or to be a fully expressed woman. You are your own person. You experience life in your own way. What is meaningful to you? What makes you happy? And it will be the same in sex. It's not a cookie cutter, the same standard for everybody. So you've only got to ask yourself, am I happy? It doesn't matter what this one or that one said online, what sex should be. Am I happy right now in this moment? And this could be different things on different days. The only thing that matters is I am experiencing a moment of happiness. Maybe it's a moment of blissfulness. Maybe it's a moment of peacefulness. Maybe it's a moment of aliveness. Maybe it's a moment of nourishment or the moment of love or the moment of connection. If this makes you happy right now, that is all that matters. Whichever way sex is for you that makes you happy. Don't live your life to somebody else's standard of how you should be happy. Remember, if you were trying to perform well in sex and to be fully functional, to get a good mark from that person with the clipboard who will evaluate your sexual performance, there was never anybody there. Nobody is looking at you. Nobody cares. It's just you and your lover and whatever makes both of you happy together in this moment. I think that's what I would like to throw out there if I only had one day left. But I don't have one day left. We have plenty of time together. Just a useful exercise. Be well, enjoy each other, love each other, appreciate every day together.